At Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. It's a Fox game. Dwayne Russell with the team, Lynchy, Spud and also Smithy will be there. By the way, the ins and outs and the big superstar out for Essendon, Hurley, after one game.
Hey?
He's a superstar. He played that well last week.
One game, you've called him a superstar.
Well, look, we'll talk about him, mate. Take us through the team first of all there, Shorty.
Well, matter of fact, I'm going through Fremantle, but it's Parko through Essendon.
Okay, sorry, Parko.
No, that's right. Hurley, you're right.
He was good, Hurley.
He was exceptionally good. I mean, the two players that came out of that were Skipworth and Watson in the midfield, but Hurley added something, I think, a bit special. I reckon the kid has got a real future, but to tear a quaddie, Brian, in a warm-up during the week as a young player has got to be a real question mark about that bloke's makeup. And I think he's shown here that he has the size, the shape, the ability in that to cope against the big boys.
No, that's just bad luck, I reckon, Parko, because
you reckon?
He's a very rarely missed footy as a junior.
So he's had a great record. Well, you hope that's right, because that's very, very unusual. They're hard to do, but they're also hard to overcome, as we know, with quaddies. So, you know, you'd hope, I guess, the Essendon people are going to say, well, we hope the Dockers will keep us in it, because they might keep kicking the ball back to us as they did last week. I'm not sure they can do that. But the Bombers have a very good record, 6 out of the last 8 at Etihad Stadium. And they're just not winning, I think, Essendon enough contested ball. That's one aspect of their play. I reckon the last 2 seasons hasn't got better.
Can I ask you, have they got a style? I just cannot. I think every team hangs their hat on having an identified style. I just don't know what they're doing. It's possession football.
It was attack last year, full-on attack.
Then they pulled it back a bit before the finals, but I still think they don't know. You know, and the use of their key forwards. Matty Lloyd is one of the best full forwards ever the game's seen.
Present up full forward.
Well, this is a real problem. I mean, we're talking, look at that side. This is a real problem, isn't it, at the moment? I mean, Lucas and Lloyd are the key to it, yet they look totally out of it on the weekend.
Yep, I reckon they've got the Ken Dane style. Just throw the paint at the canvas and just to see where it goes.
Are they playing him in the wrong position to hope that they don't do so well in the news?
BT, you reckon the coach might be trying to
conspiracy sort of push?
Matty Lloyd should be coming out of the square. That's all he knows. That's all he knows.
All right, Shorey, the mob they're playing is the Fremantle Dockers. They were given a right old shellacking last weekend by the Western Bulldogs, as you saw on Fox Sports. What do you make of their ins and outs? Thornton, Solomon, Hayden in. Of course, that's just to the squad at this stage.
Well, I love Hayden. I love Hayden, the way that he sets up things from the back line. Dean Solomon's in there for, I don't know, trying to toughen him up. But I think Dean's better days are, probably over. And Scotty Thornton, well, he has a dip, but he's a bit erratic in the way he kicks the ball. Look, they've just got no leadership. When you lose McManus, Bell, Mark Johnson, Heath, it's a lot of experience. But somewhere along the line, that game on the weekend, BT, I'm watching that game, and I can tell you, I just thought, you are going to lay down when the pressure came on, and they didn't let me down. And I was looking for someone, no, I'm serious, I was looking for someone to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and do something a bit different. And I'm not talking about Biffo, I'm just talking about a kamikaze attack on the ball. And it was the Western Bulldogs players who did it, they're tough, but they're not renowned for it. And I don't know, 18 goals from turnovers. Their foot skills were just diabolical.
You speak of that, let's have a look at some vision of those turnovers. 18 direct goals from turnovers.
This is comedy cape. Have a look at this. That is like, you're coming out of the back line and you just...
Have a look at this one. What's this one?
Now, that's Michael Johnson, isn't it? So, now that is going back, have a kick a goal, and... That's like you just put another jumper on, but it is comedy capers. And see, I don't think they know what the modern game's about, as in the crisp handball, getting it, through the lines and then kick the ball to advantage to your teammate. And Matthew Pavlich is, I reckon, going back at the rate of knots because...
What are you going to do with him? What are you going to do?
It's
Run him into the middle or put him up forward?
I'm nearly making him a midfielder now, going forward.
So I'm with you. I'm with you.
You said you were waiting for him to do something different. What was that? Hit a target?
He's on
18 goals directly from turnovers. I've never heard of it before.
You are informed tonight.
They don't get a lot of footy news in Western Australia, but one show they do watch is this one.
1+, Hazelby at least looks like he's getting back to what we knew of him. He looked very good at the weekend.
Yeah, Ibbotson, Palmer having a little bit of trouble with his kicking. He's one of those responsible for turnovers. Who win it? The Bombers and the Dockers?
I cannot believe I'm even thinking about Fremantle winning this game. No, I'm going for Essendon because I'll put Matty Lloyd in the square and Lucas will stay inside 50 and they'll kick the majority of their goals. I'm never picking Fremantle again.
We've actually got a pack.
It's only round 2.
Oh, no.
Hang on, we've got a pact here. Essendon.
Bombers. We've discussed this. We're all a bit
I think the boys are sure on that one. There's plenty more to come.